everybody, or hello there. I am Puppeteen here once again for the Mandalorian, or as Froggy likes to call it, the Frogalorian, and he is joining me today. He has killed Zach officially. Sorry, Zach. We'll see you next clone. But we're here today for season 3, episode
more
6.
Bantha babies.
More Bantha babies. That's
I
right.
need them all.
I need the Bantha babies. Go make them. So Maranya, I'm going to go ahead and address. I do like the hairstyle and headpiece for Lizzo in the thumbnail, but that's about it. I didn't recognize Jack Black at all. Jack Black has looked like that for pretty much the last couple of years with the crazy gray beard and stuff. But that's not what we're going to go ahead and jump into. First, we want to talk about the actual episode because we're going back kind of to format with, they have a mission. They're going for Bo-Katan's crew that she had last season but lost because ultimately she didn't get the Darksaber and thus she doesn't lead their people. She doesn't lead her people. So they're out there. They're acting as mercenaries. We get a whole opening where they go ahead and steal what was Admiral Akbar called? Mon Calamari. Mon Calamari. They go ahead and take this prince from this Quadlin. Geez, it's been a while since I've had to think about him. But basically, squid people. There's a squid chick, and she was running away with a frogfish.
Yeah, bro.
A frogfish prince, and they pretty much say, "Hey, no." But this leads to where they are now. They're on this planet that's being run by Jack Black and Lizzo. It's the craziest thing that I could have possibly imagined. I didn't expect this.
And I gotta say, if you are triggered by Lizzo being on a show and not being Lizzo, she's a person, yes. Jack Black's on there. Everyone's, it looks like a Ford commercial. You guys are spoiled. Do you know how much we had to grow up with before all this fancy technology? So you're like, I want more. I want better than this. This is dumb.
Here's the thing. This episode is kind of lighter. It's pretty much Bo-Katan and Mando.
Star Wars.
Yeah, they're side questing. They're buddy copying to find out why Christopher Lloyd has pretty much made droids, these retired Imperial droids and battle droids. Oh my God, the battle droids are back and they're great. But pretty much why Christopher Lloyd has made them mess up. They haven't killed anybody. They haven't hurt anyone. But they've pretty much been throwing trash around and they've been malfunctioning. But it's actually all plot because he is trying to drive away Jack Black. Because Jack Black, he was formerly with the Empire, but through the amnesty program, it was revealed. Bombardier. Hey, Bombardier. That's right. It's silly. It's fluff, but it's so much fun.
Can I point out something?
Mm-hmm.
I want to point out to all my other comrades, my professional haters. I want to point out that this whole episode, if you've never played a video game in your life, even a Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, you're not a Star Wars fan. You're a fake fan. Because even the comic books, we all know there's always a side quest. There's a side quest. And you have basically the way they come off here. We all know that Jack Black and Lizzo aren't going to be the best actors. They come up very NPC. And you know what? It's all right because they don't steal the show.
No. It's just fun to have him there. Even Christopher Lloyd, just to have him there, that's great. But I need to go ahead and say Jack Black slander is not okay. We stand Blackjack. Jack Black.
I stand that Black Jack.
I know I can stand him because he's great. If you don't like Jack Black,
Jack Black really does like Black. He went for Lizzo this one.
Jack went black and he ain't going back. No.
It's like I said, like the biggest thing I hear about people either like they hate because Lizzo's on there and Jack Black are there. It's like, this is the worst episode ever. I'm thinking like, one, this is not the worst episode later, and two, if you're really upset the fact that these two character people are in the show, they act like it's the whole episode is focused on them.
No, they're there for 2 minutes to pretty much introduce the side plot, and then at the end, they're pretty much recognized for their efforts, and they are, hey, okay, this is where you can go meet your Mandalorians.
It's clickbait hate. People are saying it just for attention. There really is nothing wrong with Lizzo being in this. Oh, they're virtue signaling. How are they virtue? Because they put a black woman in something? Yeah. Oh my gosh, we can't put black people in any shows because that might be a virtue signal.
Yeah. So here was Miranya's got a point. Luke going to visit Yoda was the main quest. That's the main story. Leia and Han going to Cloud City was pretty much a side quest. It did lead to the betrayal, which is pretty important. And has consequences, but this has consequences for him too. Faces always appear later. But it does address Din's droid hate. We know how he is about droids.
Yeah. So it's a side quest. Basically, is that she wants to be Bo-Katan wants to go address her army that right now they are on this planet they've never heard of, and it kind of looks like Disney.
Peso 15, something like that.
Well, it looks like Epcot.
Well, actually, that is what Epcot was originally supposed to be. It was supposed to be an actual city, not a park.
Yes. So anyway, looking at this, they want to get to her. She wants to confront her army as far as she wants to basically rally them back up because they're trying to unite all the Mandalorians. But in order to even be allowed to be over, because they're not allowed to be in this because according to the new Republic rules, they can't have their own army, so they have to be outside the city on the planet. So in order to going over there, basically the side quest, hey, Jack's Black's character. If you want to basically do this, you want to get back to them, help us with our droid problem. The droids are acting up. We don't know why, and then we learn that they're formal Imperial, basically battle droids.
Well, the battle droids are from the Clone Wars, and then they have Imperial droids as well, and they're all acting up now.
Yes, General Grievous is heavily referenced in this episode.
No, he's not. Shut up. They talk about Count Dooku though. I did love Christopher Lloyd going, Count Dooku was a visionary, and they just shock him because it's not a big deal. This whole thing isn't really a big deal. The most action in the whole middle part of the story is Din Djarin chasing a B2 battle droid, which is great. The way that we see him run after he hits Mando across the face, it's hilarious. But it's all just a little bit of fluff, and that's fine because at the end of the episode, Bo-Katan does face her former crewmate and has a fight with him and makes him not officially yield, but she refuses to kill him, saying that enough Mandalorian blood has been spilled. And Din says, hey, okay, she's going to have the Darksaber to lead you guys since y'all are so damn petty about that.
Yeah.
After she sticks up for him, saying that he's basically he's as much of a Mandalorian as the rest of them.
We get a really cool fights between Bo-Katan and her former tenants. Basically, and people. I'm surprised nobody said, "Oh, she's a Mary Sue." I was waiting for that bullshit, but nobody said anything.
If anybody says that Bo-Katan is a Mary Sue, they do not understand Bo-Katan.
Yes,
because her entire point is to be a warrior. And Katie Sackhoff, I got to see her at MegaCon. She went ahead and talked about, repeated what she said before. Bo-Katan had a sister who was into the politics of it all. Her, as the second one, she was the warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, she basically challenges basically right away as far as taking back the army and stuff. She wins, but because they won't fire because we should be following this guy over here because he is a dark saber. Mando's like, I'm gonna hand it back. He's like, we can't do that. You can't hand it back to me. There has to be trial combat. He's like, well, she rescued me from someone who basically
Defeated me.
Yeah, she defeated my enemy. Does that make her worthy?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah. So people hate that. They really, I hear that they're like, I wanted them to fight. I'm like, they're not. Why would you want them to fight?
Because I expected something like that too. I expected a fight for it. But I'm glad that we didn't. I prefer Bo-Katan and Mando Din pretty much supporting Bo-Katan, saying that because she's been enlightened to the way and understands the culture of it all. She threw it off as these are just religious zealots. There's nothing important about this. They are part of the problem. She realizes, no, we're part of the problem. We are the ones that are fracturing ourselves, throwing parts of ourselves away. All Mandalorians need to come together, which is what the armorer said in the last episode. So with this, with her getting the Darksaber, that awesome shot of her igniting it, this is where it's going to come together. It's her getting her crew back, bringing them through, and they're going to restore Mandalore, which actually is another important part that Jack Black plays. He pretty much says, we're going to support your bid to recognize Mandalore as its own system. That's right, its own planet on the New Republic.
Yeah, because they're high royalty. We'll put a good word with the High Republic, so we recognize as being a planet.
Because Mandalore's been devastated. So if it comes back, it's time for it to take its place in the galaxy once again.
Now I'm gonna make a joke here, and people are like, and we're like, it might be distasteful, but I'm not a hater of Lizzo. I just think this is kind of funny though. So Lizzo's over here with her husband, and they got food, and she basically, we see Baby Yoda do a flip about, jump in her lap, and then she starts feeding him. And at this point, I realize how big she is. I'm thinking like she's basically gonna eat him.
No, we can't go supporting the Lizzo choice and then insulting Lizzo. I'm going to say this is actually pretty much the nicest I've ever seen Lizzo look.
I've never. So that's the thing too. People were being like, "Oh, Baby Yoda doing a flip is the most cringe ever." Shut up! You are such a fake fan. I hate. Just say you hate Baby Yoda. Say you hate Star Wars. You hate the fact that you're not getting what you wanted. That's cool. That's great. But this is saying the flip doing. Then you should. I'm sorry. Then if you're a fan of the prequels where Yoda's doing his flips, you need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Froggy is getting upset, but rightfully so, because Baby Yoda flipping is very accurate for
All right, let's change the channel. Let's go to the Batman Begins. Literally, Batman Begins with the cell phone towers. Yes, they're here. Now, this is a cool thing, because we didn't mention anybody else, but as far as Jack Black and Lizzo, there's another huge special guest. He's 84 years old.
I've said it like 4 times.
Yes. For those who are just tuning in, because we have pictures now.
We have pictures now. Pictures are cool.
Yeah, so guy in charge of security is Christopher Lloyd.
Yep. Look at him. It was great to have him there.
Like he has cancer.
He's just bald. He doesn't have cancer. I don't know why he's bald. I think that's actually like they shaved his head. Because I don't know. I've still seen him with like the side hair, where you have the bald spot up top, but on the side you still have hair.
Yes, this him on Taxi though. That's whenever he speaks, I think of Jim from Taxi.
That's right. He is great though. I love hearing him. And the plot pretty much is he's not satisfied with the way things are going. They do make a point of talking about their society. Basically nobody works.
They're all lazy, so they can't depend on. They depend on the droids to do everything for them.
That's right. He says that there's a button to go ahead and shut off all the droids to go ahead and shut down the system.
I was like, the giant red button. There's always a giant red button. I was like, I laughed when I saw that. It's like,
it's great.
Whatever you do not hit this giant button. Do not push. Like, am I thinking like, DD, no. Just laugh.
But no, he says that if he does that, if he shuts down all the systems, people won't know how to survive.
So,
it's really good for when Bo-Katan and Din, the Ugnaughts. That's a good point because that's where they start. They start down with the Ugnaughts. It's who?
John Cena.
It's not John Cena. Look at that hair.
Yeah, and for those who are wondering, we had some special guests on there. Many of you've seen them on the show. The reason Zach wasn't here because he was busy in makeup, along with RDV and Pixel. We're on the Mandalorian this week.
Screw you.
What are we talking about? We're puppets. They have Pixel and then we're yes. Are you offended on their behalf now?
No, I'm saying it because because the hair is not matching at all. Though the one to the right does kind of look like RDV now that you mention it.
He's the smart one.
That is true. I love this because Din knows how to speak to Ugnaughts pretty much. He has spoken. Him going ahead and mentioning who helped the one who helped him in the first season. It's really a good callback, and they pretty much say that we are not the problem. If you want to go ahead and inspect, you should go here. And there is a B1 battle droid, and he talks like this. And Roger.
This leads them to the droid bar, where two humans walk into a bar. There
is a good scene here because Bo-Katan wants to take the lead. Because before in the factory, Din was pretty much kicking the B2 battle droid, and that's why it activated, hit him.
I nearly died watching this part, and not mainly because of laughter. Because when they walk in, they cut from panel to panel. All these droids stop what they're doing. They're sitting there drinking, but they're drinking like motor lubricants, and they look over and they're like, human. It's just all deadpan stares, and we even have like you see in the blue back there. That is basically the droids. C-3PO, basically, but a turquoise or blues, whatever. And I love that. So basically, this leads them in their investigation because one of the battle droid that basically had a chip that belonged to this bar, and they're thinking, this bar must have something to do with that. I'm not sure how much we're rehashing, but I mean, I just want to give my little summary what I saw, and this leads them over to basically to like. After they destroy the droid, shoot it down, destroy it. They're chasing it, which is a really cool scene, chasing the droid. Yeah, that was kind of cool. This literally felt like Rush Hour.
It's so much fun. It is just them being buddy cops, and I really do like that. I think their relationship has been the highlight, and it's really okay. Listen, I know a lot of us love season 2, and I enjoyed a lot of season 2, but I am glad to be past the whole, okay, Baby Yoda, we're going to try to find you with the Jedi. Okay, here. No, I'm much happier with the Mandalorians caring about Mandalorians being Mandalorians on Mandalore.
Yeah, so it's funny that Miranda brings up the middle arm that looks like Ron Howard. His niece directed it. Bryce Dallas Howard directed this episode.
Bryce Dallas Howard did direct this episode, but isn't she his daughter?
No, she's Ron's daughter.
She said Ron Howard's brother.
Yeah. She's got the good genes.
That's true. That's true.
So anyway, so basically, this leads them to the battle droid. They have the chase scene, and they go to basically like the city morgue, with basically a robot morgue, They pull the drawer open, and like it's basically you go to a morgue, you pull a body out. There's a droid pulling out of the drawer, and they're like, we need to test this fluid, because each fluid that they drink has, like the bartender at the droid said, it contains nanobots, and these nanobots update the code for them.
And this pretty much leads us to the actual bar scene because we talked. Yeah.
Well, no, that was the bar scene. No,
but the bar scene happens after they pull out the body.
No. It is. Yeah, you're right. I'm going back. I skipped it around. Yeah, they go by the bar. Yeah, they went to that bar scene. Yes, and then they find the chip there. He tells them what's going on. And then they end up going back to the morgue here. The morgue, they basically scan. He's like, "There's any way that any of these nanites be turned because basically someone wrote a code, and there's a signature on there. They noticed that in lettering. Someone did this purposely." So they go to the morgue, and she basically her robot scans it, and it gets infected by the new code and starts attacking him. He pulls out the Darksaber, basically cuts it in half, ends the threat instantly. And then we go over to what was it? So they realize the only person that basically could have wrote the code is the guy who had cleared access, was basically the head of security. That's Christopher Lloyd's character. They confront him. They bring him. He basically puts his hand. He's like, "Get ready to butt the button." "Oh, you'll never take me alive." I'm thinking, man, you're 84 years old. You're trying to hit the button in society. And I'm like, Bo-Katan is just like me. She just tases him. After like he gets a little monologue speech, being a separate.
Count Dooku was a visionary. He understood democracy and systems, and separatist is such a broad term. Yeah, no, I love it. It's great.
Yeah, and she just fires two little taser hooks in and tases him. You see him on the ground. I'm like, the guy's 84-year-old. He just tased an 84-year-old man.
and pretty much this leads to the big scene everyone's complaining about, where they take him to Lizzo and Jack Black, and they pretty much say, "We're very disappointed in you. You got to be banished now because
to one of the moons." Yeah, the thing though is that he works here under her because basically Lizzo's family is a royalty. They're the ones that lived in this planet forever.
One second, I gotta get him.
Yes, and we'll hold on because he can answer the question after we're done. A little bitch. So basically he served for Lizzo's family all these years and all, and she's kind of disappointed in him. And so Jack Black's character, they banish him, and he's led away in handcuffs. Now, those of you who are following people raging over on Twitter saying, "Oh, look at, they're so bad. Look at, there's a clip basically, get up, you're not starting your turn yet. It's my turn." Little shit. Yeah. Basically, the video shows that he just kind of disappears instead of being led away. It's because the guy who uploaded the clip edited it poorly, and for a reason, I don't know why, he clipped it out of there, and so everybody is freaking out. "Oh, look how bad the editing is. He just vanishes." It's like, people are just so stupid on Twitter. I swear, Twitter is like the cesspool of morons. Like, it is just infuriating. We complain of. You got conservatives who complain about SJWs being like idiots, but then we have conservatives.
Yeah, listen, when you are to the point where you are pretty much the opposite of an SJW, you are the complete opposite. You are a black pill. You have so much hate for something you don't even watch. You're taking one scene out of context in an episode where the most important thing,
they are an SJW. It's the conservative side. They are the ones who just want to hate and everything. They use the same virtue signaling.
They are the worst of our subculture. You know, you can talk about how, people are SJWs coming in and they're ruining all of our entertainment. There's no SJW ruining this entertainment for you.
Also, the
You are
Mandalorian.
being
Yeah.
the very thing that you claim to hate,
And
and
if you
you
think
have a problem.
if you are going out and basically boasting and bragging, oh, look at the numbers on the Mandalorian, and if you're basing your numbers of view count on the Nielsen ratings are only cover the United States, and most people are comparing the ratings to season 2, which came out in 2020 during COVID, when there was less people subscribed to the actual Disney universe or Disney Plus. Now it's worldwide. So the news ratings are obsolete because Disney Plus is worldwide. You're going to have more people viewing outside the U.S. And also the fact that people are probably watching the first 2 seasons to catch up after 3 years of having no Star Wars. And some people like to binge watch. I know people do this. So the Nielsen ratings are a joke. They're obsolete. They don't work anymore. Not for streaming.
Yeah, they haven't for the past few years.
They don't work for. You cannot use Nielsen ratings for streaming.
No.
You can only Nielsen ratings work for cable television.
Now the time has come. We have to ask. Maranya has a question for you, Baby Yoda. So let us know. What do you think about Lizzo? You're worried that she's going to eat all your food. I understand.
Actually, no. He said he's worried that she's going to eat him next. Yeah, I hear you.
What do you think of the episode? He enjoyed it. He had a delightful time. You can hear the delight in his little green voice.
Actually, he just said it. I went poopy. Yeah. No.
I am not changing your 50-year-old ass.
He wants a new one.
And that's pretty much our end. Overall, this is a really fun episode. It has the important stuff, of course, saved pretty much for the end of it. But I love seeing Jack Black. Lizzo was a delight. She was fine in it. There was a big delight in every bite that Lizzo took.
Yeah.
So basically, if you aren't having fun with this episode, that's fine. But if you are taking a clip of an episode that you don't even want to watch and you won't even watch, and you're saying, this is the worst show, Star Wars is dead, you're an idiot. I'm sorry, but you're an idiot.
I hear more people talk about Kathleen, or whatever her name is.
Kathleen Kennedy. Well,
Kathleen, from people who don't even watch Star Wars.
Yeah.
When you constantly tell me, oh, I can't stand Kathleen Kennedy, I can't stand Kathleen Kennedy, you become a broken record. You just sound like a person that you just focused your life on. Go outside, touch grass.
Touch the grass. And meanwhile, I will not be touching grass because I am a puppet. If I touch the grass, I need to be thrown into a washer and a dryer, and that's not comfortable.
Well, if I touch the grass, I might not be able to come back down.
That's the wrong kind of grass.
There's no kind of... It's not the Wong kind, though.
Wong? Oh, my God. Imagine if it was She-Hulk. But that's it. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Hello to everybody on Twitch. Check out the Ko-Fi if you can. It helps out the channel. Really does. And that's pretty much it. We will be back Friday.
Yes, I got to go hang out with my new friend, Madison, with 2 N's and a Y, but not where you think.
Shut up! Froggy, stay on the beer. Yes, stay on the beer. Join us Friday for, well, not us, but the humans have a retrospective, and then we have readings. Don't miss those. We're going to have fun.
Like I said, if you legitimately watch this episode all the way through, tell me why, and you didn't like it, so explain to me why you didn't like it, and don't just say it because Lizzo's on there. You have a personal problem with Lizzo. Tell me what's wrong with the show other than Lizzo.
Yeah, we tease Lizzo, but she was fine in this episode. Really, she was enjoyable.
And if you're like us and you're not a bunch of people who are angry old people who just hate on stuff they don't watch because they want to see it die, let us know what your favorite part of the episode was.
Yep, go ahead.
Mine was a droid bar. I laughed my ass off when they walked in there. I was just, because I kept thinking, like, this would have been like a Muppet show. Everybody walks in and they just kind of stare and look at. Oh shit!
There you go. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Goodbye, and may the force be with you.